So when you ask those kind of questions, or when people get asked, what are the priorities of a good call center manager? Things like, making sure that your reps hit their stats, KPIs, those things obviously come to mind. And I think that those are, those are very obvious. But, for us, I think that there's underlying things that you can do, again, from a culture standpoint, that can create and make your reps hit those stats kind of without them even knowing it. So for us, the number one thing when we talk about attitude and effort, we want an enjoyable work environment. So the supervisor on their team, whether it's an at-home team or if it's on the floor team, their job is to try to make this fun. If you have a miserable experience with your reps, they're not going to hit their stats anyway. So, that's the number one thing. Do we have somebody there that again, has that presence, has a positive attitude, is going to make things kind of fun? And then, drilling down to that, making sure that the reps' attitudes are proper, right? So they have those skills to turn somebody who's maybe having a bad day. They know how to make a joke. They know, the right thing to say to that person, right? To kind of turn them around and to really kind of celebrate effort and celebrate those kind of things. The third thing is, I think you have to say, they have to be able to understand the KPIs. They have to understand what are the proper things and the ways to get that. Understanding the reps and where they are in their kind of, I guess, rep life cycle, right? Are they a newer rep? Are they an intermediate? Are they experienced? Being able to give them goals and understand that not everybody's going to be, a rock star on day one, but understand where they are in the process. And then the fourth thing that we always talk about, if you want to be a really successful call center manager, if you want to be a successful supervisor, then you need to create more successful managers. So, if they see that there's a potential in somebody that, wants to move on, they think that they could be a manager, they could be a supervisor, to not just kind of be like, well, I'm nervous that they're going to take my job, but to really try to evolve them into what they're doing and if they're doing it right. So I think that that's a really, some really good priorities to kind of have. If you're having fun on your team, if you know how to kind of move your reps to where they should be from a KPI standpoint, and you're trying to make other leaders, that's a pretty solid and healthy team that you have if those are kind of some of the priorities you have.
Yeah, I really like the idea of kind of creating successful managers around you. There's a few interesting points that you made there, also being able to have kind of conversations with the advisors when you need to, and to have maybe difficult conversations as well.
Right.
Is how I kind of interpreted that. Are there any kind of conversations that you ask